Yo, what's going on, guys? Try back again and bringing that video. So, this will be for the Walking Dead episode. Are we at 5 now? Yeah, Walking Dead episode 5. Very cool. Almost halfway through the season. Any of you looking for the episode itself, I'll put a link in the description to where you can find it. This is going to be a review video of the episode. Spoilers, it will include spoilers. So let's get right down to it. This episode was better than the last episode. There's no question about that, and much better. This was the last episode, as you guys know, is one of my least favorite of the entire series, and it was just really slow and everything like that. And you can check out my review on that if you like. It's in my channel here. This episode, on the other hand, was fantastic. I thought this episode was very exciting. Um, One of the best of the series. I don't know, but it's definitely up there as a really good episode. I wouldn't give it like a 9 out of 10 or anything like that, but I'd say definitely, an 8 out of 10, something somewhere along there. Because it was a good builder episode, it, a lot of animosity building up, as you can see, between Herschel and, the group, Rick's group, and, Herschel's just, they're just kind of, you have that many people there. As nice of a guy as Herschel is, he can't be comfortable with letting that many people just, move right in. I mean, how many members do we have in this group? What is there, like, I don't know, eight people roughly, 10 maybe? I don't know. You'd have to go through and count them. But, quite a bit of people just moving in here and kind of, living with them and that kind of stuff and causing a whole lot of problems. I'm sure, Herschel will be pissed about the situation between his daughter and Glenn. And as well, like you said, I'm surprised you people have survived this long because they're like every episode somebody's getting hurt or something's going on. In this episode, the scenes with Daryl I thought were just awesome, very exciting scenes with Daryl and Merle. At the beginning, when we saw Merle for the first time, and we didn't see that he had both hands there, at first I was kind of like, I was really hoping that it was, he was just seeing things because, obviously he fell down a cliff, so he hit his head, and that was obviously that would, it could make you delirious. As well as he was injured really badly, so he starts seeing things and all that. And I thought that was well portrayed by both actors. Nice to see Merle back in the show, even if it's just kind of as part of Daryl's psyche. Nice to see him back in there. And yeah, I mean, you didn't really know at first if it was really Merle. I was hoping for the life of me that it wasn't really Merle. I mean, Merle just showing up out of nowhere like that would have been totally ridiculous. But they didn't show the hand right away until a little bit, so you kind of knew, yeah, he's seen things. Even if you kind of thought right off the bat, like I kind of thought right off the bat, but my faith in the directors and stuff kind of made me think, oh, maybe it is him. Maybe they just threw him back in here. The thing with The Walking Dead is it's supposed to be realistic for the environment it has. It's supposed to be realistic for the world that these characters are in. So you can't, you shouldn't have things like that just happening just out of nowhere, like just right in the woods, There's Merle right there. So that all worked out really well. The part where Daryl gets shot, oh man, was that exciting! Because I actually, at first, I thought, Andrea, if you guys read the comics, you know that she has, amazing vision and and she's a fantastic shot. Of course, at this point in the show, she's still learning and stuff, so she's not, a perfect shot. And plus, if you're using, from that distance, if you don't give the person lead time, then it's very likely that you'll miss. Especially from that distance, if somebody's moving, it's really hard to hit them. So it's not easy to do that. And like I said, you got to give them lead time and all that stuff. You got to judge their movement and shoot in front of them so that they kind of, by the time the bullet gets there, they're right in the line. So it sounds like she didn't do that. She was just off. He moved his head just a little bit between the time she fired and the bullet actually got there, and that's what caused her to miss, it looks like. Just a little bit. She just scraped him. So, man, Daryl's definitely one of the coolest characters of the show. I definitely, I like to see the characters die off in the Walking Dead, but at the same time, I don't certain characters I don't want to see die off. If they're really well portrayed and they're really interesting, I don't want to see them get killed. Like Daryl at this point, I don't want to see Daryl get killed at this point because he's just too interesting of a character. He's just he's too nice to have around in the story. And we didn't have a character like that in the comic book, so he's, in my opinion, he's the best addition to the TV show of the new characters. So to get rid of him just like that would really suck. If you're going to do it, I think you should do it at like maybe a season finale or something like that, a big time in the show. So that was really cool how it kind of made us think that that was what happened, but then it didn't. Very, very interesting there. The other parts I can really talk about are the stuff between Shane and Rick and how they're kind of they're starting to, each one has different opinions about what to do about the situation with Sophia, and Shane obviously doesn't want to keep looking for her. He just wants to pretty much move on, and that's it. Rick, of course, does, and Lori, she's she's a bitch. She wants to move on too. She just doesn't give a shit. It seems like anyway. So a lot of stuff going on between them, and that's kind of starting to heat up. So that's all very interesting. Good episode overall. Let me think. What else is there for me to say? I think pretty soon in the next few episodes we're going to see, of course, the barn. How could I forget the barn? So faithful to the comic books still. Still faithful to the comic books. I thought that was very cool how Glenn kind of stumbled in there. And, and he's going to try to keep it a secret. That's not going to work. Guarantee, shit's going to go down pretty soon, and Herschel's going to kick them out basically for the most part. Whether or not they find Sophia before then, I think they will. Personally, I think they will find Sophia. I guarantee you they will find Sophia. Furthermore, I think it'll probably be Daryl that does find Sophia, which I like. And then right before they find her, or right after they find her, they're going to probably have to leave Herschel's farm. That's all there is to it. And maybe we'll see some of the Wilshire Estates. Is that what it's called? I think something like that. So yeah, definitely a better episode than the last episode. I'd love to hear what you guys think about this episode. Who do you agree with? Do you agree with Shane, or do you agree with Rick? Me personally, I got to say that I think that the time is getting pretty short now. But again, they did find some evidence down there. So basically, what I would do if I was them is I would take maybe 1 or 2 more days and go down and search through that area that Daryl was at further in there and see if they can find her, and then if they can't, then they leave. Let me know what you guys think. Would you leave right away, or would you go and search and see if maybe she's somewhere down near the doll. So that's pretty much it for this one, guys. I'll see you next week for the next one. Should be absolutely awesome. This season is just turning out to be fantastic. I was wrong to judge about the budget cuts and everything. At least at this point, they can still make the show extremely exciting and suspenseful without spending too much money. Very, very good stuff. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Later. Peace.